Hey guys, it's Chloe and today I'm here with a brand new video. Today I'm here with my April wrap up and I read a lot of things in the month of April and I'm really excited to talk to you guys about it. So let's go ahead and get started. The first book I read in the month of April was Part of Your World by Liz Braswell. This is the 5th book in the Twisted Tales companion series. You don't have to read them in order to understand them. I just do that because that's the way I am. I gave this one 4 stars. This wasn't my favorite in the series, but I didn't hate it either. I did read a review that kind of made me worry about this because The Little Mermaid is my favorite Disney movie. So I was a little worried going into this book, but I ended up enjoying it overall. The thing that I like about this one is that this Twisted Tale is set 5 years after the events of The Little Mermaid, and it's if Ariel never defeated Ursula, so it's kind of the future of like, what would this be like? And that's what I really enjoyed about this book. I'm really excited to continue on in the Twisted Tales books because they keep coming out and I'm really trying hard to catch up, but I think I'm still like 4 books behind, so we'll see. The next book that I read was Bookish and the Beast by Ashley Poston. This is an arc that was provided to me by Quirk Books in exchange for an honest review, and guys, I loved it. This is the 3rd book in the Once Upon a Con series, the first 2 being Geekerella and The Princess and the Fangirl. You do need to read these in order. While they do follow a different character, they kind of build upon each other, where a main character in one book could be a side character in a previous book. But this book was so good. I flew through it in like 2 days. I highly, highly recommend this book when it comes out. Now, the release date did get pushed to August. It is now coming out on August 4th. But guys, I highly recommend that you pre-order this book. You recommend it to your library. You have your library order it. Anything you can do to read this book, do it. This was such a good read. And I really, really hope that Ashley Poston continues to write in this world because I love these books. Next, I picked up another arc, and that was The Betrothed by Kira Cass. This is Kira Cass's new book. There hasn't been a Kira Cass book in like 4 years, I think. But I was so excited when I got accepted to have an e-arc from Edelweiss Plus. I just could not believe it was happening, so I had to read it right away. I finished this book in about a day. It was very fast. I was very surprised, and I gave it 4 stars. I may not love it as much as the selection, but I still really enjoyed it. And funny enough, this is actually the BookTube Chicks pick for May, so I'm going to be rereading this book during the month of May. This book comes out on May 5th. I have had this book pre-ordered for a long time, so I'm really excited for my copy to be here. And I'm also going to be posting a vlog of when I originally read the book, so that's going to be coming out a couple of days after the book is released. So I'm really excited to post that vlog as well. And this book did end on a cliffhanger that I wasn't expecting, so there is going to be a second book, which of course I'm going to read because it's Kira Cass. And I'm really excited to kind of see where this goes. I kind of had a lot of feelings about this book. There were like the high points and then the low points for me. But I think I'll talk about more about that in my vlog for The Betrothed. So when that comes out, I'll link it in the description below. So one of the readathons that I participated in this month was a very, very low-key round of Slapshot Readathon, which is hosted by my good friend Alex from Pucks and Paperbacks. So I've had this book saved for the next round of Slapshot Readathon. And I very, very low-key participated. Like, I didn't vlog. I kind of tweeted a little bit, but honestly, it was just me reading this book. And the book I read was The Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting. This has been on my TBR for a couple of months. I've never read anything by Helena Hunting before this, but honestly, I really enjoyed this book. I gave it 4 stars, and I'm not even gonna lie, this was almost a 5-star book if it wasn't for this one thing that happened, like, so close to the end of this book that I was like, are you seriously going to throw that into this book? And it bumped it down a star. I'm not going to spoil it for anybody, but if you have the chance to pick up this book and other Helena Hunting work, I recommend it. I really enjoyed this one, and I'm really excited to see what else she can do. And speaking of Helena Hunting, I literally turned around and picked up the only other book that I have from her on my shelf, and that was Meet Cute by Helena Hunting. I was given this for Christmas by Kathleen from For the Love of Books, and I just really needed something fast to read because I had a couple of days space before another readathon started. So I picked this up. I really enjoyed it. It's amazing how these 2 books are from the same author, but I got a completely different voice from this book than I did from the other book, which obviously because they're different characters, but a completely different voice, which I thought was great. I gave this one 4 stars, and I'm all out of Helena Hunting books to read now, so that's where we're at. So the second readathon that I participated in was the stay-home version of the Reading Rush that happened during the month of April. I had a whole plan for this readathon that kind of got a little shaken up by nobody's fault but my own. And I did a whole vlog for the reading rush, so I'll link that in the description below. First book that I finished during that readathon was Crashing Back Down by Kristen Hope Mazzola. This is the third book I've read by her, third or fourth. And this one was okay. It's the first book in a duology. It's a military romance. I gave it 3 stars. It was only okay for me. I'm honestly not sure if I'm going to continue on in the series. I have the second one on my iPad, but I'm just unsure right now. So I don't know. If there's only one book left, I may as well, but we'll see what happens. I am still really excited for Kristen's work, and there's so many other books by her that I haven't read, and there's the 2 that I have loved by her, so I'm still going to pick up her work, but I just don't know if I'm going to continue on in this particular series. Next, I read Internet Famous by Danica Stone. This is about a girl who's a blogger, who's a senior in high school, and is just trying to graduate, honestly. I didn't have any expectations going into this, but it ended up being really cute. I gave it 4 stars. It was really, really fast to read, too, which was great during a readathon. I needed something really, really fast. I don't have too many thoughts on it. It's not, like, super memorable in my brain, but it was a good read. It was a good, light, fast-paced read, and I gave it 4 stars. Next, I read Thorn by Intisar Kanani. This is the BookTube Tricks Book Club pick for April, and I was unable to get a physical copy because all of my libraries have closed due to quarantine and the virus. Luckily, I was able to get the audiobook on Scribd and the ebook from my library. I primarily use the audiobook for my reading of this book. I give this book 3 stars. Overall, I was more intrigued by this book than I am with other fantasy books. I'm not a huge fantasy book reader. This was also a retelling of The Goose Girl, which I'd never heard of before picking up this book, so I did do a little bit of background research into The Goose Girl. Nothing too heavy, I just wanted a general understanding of it. Overall, I did enjoy this book, but in the end it was only okay for me. I'm still going to look more into Intisar Kanani's work. There is apparently another book that's going to be coming out set in the same world, so it's kind of a companion that I definitely am going to be looking more into and possibly picking up when it comes out, I believe next year in 2021. And we just had our live show for this book, so I'm going to link it in the description below so you guys can go check it out and get more of my thoughts, as well as Kathleen from For the Love of Books and Desiree from Liberty Libra's thoughts. And finally, I read a short story, and this was The Bone Knife by Intisar Kanani. This was included at the very end of Thorn. It is set in the same world, and apparently the main character of this book is going to be the main character in the companion book that comes out next year. So this was just a quick 30-page short story, and I didn't rate it because I honestly didn't have a rating for it, but I just wanted really that introduction into something that we might see in a future book. Really quick, I want to talk about the book that I am currently reading, which is Beach Read by Emily Henry. I received an ARC on Edelweiss Plus, so I'm going to be finishing this before the end of the month. I'm filming this on Sunday. The end of the month is Thursday, I think, so I've got a couple of days to get this book done. So guys, that is all I have for my April wrap-up. I hope you guys enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to check out my vlog channel, Chloessence, it's linked in the description below. And if you like what you see here, please go ahead and click subscribe. I post new videos every Wednesday and Saturday, so click subscribe so you can be updated when I post those. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!
In the darkness, I don't feel so cold.